Imani.
Evolving! What's happening, y'all? You got Black Girl Janie here, and let me tell y'all what we about to be talking about.
It's about to go down, y'all.
Yeah, that's right. So today we're going to be doing a review on YG's video titled
Stop Snitching.
Stop Snitching.
Stop Snitching.
We got my boy YG, you know, that used to be my little baby daddy, you know?
Oh, whatever.
Nigga, I'm from Big P.T. West side, west side, west side, west side. Let me stop.
Taking it back, girl.
Right.
Taking me back to my partying days when I was Martin Badass. Hold up. Alright, but let's get into this video. So go ahead, Imani, give them a little content why we wanted to come here today and do this review for this video.
Yes, so we're here today because the video could be considered, in my opinion, controversial, right? So, just to walk you through, the lyrics to me and the song don't match, but the lyrics is pretty much about him talking about people who snitch and how it's not cool to be a snitch or whatever. And then the video is based during slavery, and it shows like them trying to do an escape route, like of them to get away for good from Massa or whatever. But one of the guys, he one of the guys, he actually snitches on them about their escape route. So that's what, I guess, the whole...
And expose their whole
escape plan to move, yeah. So I guess that's the whole, his vision of why the two
Well, I
match.
have a question before we start really going in on the video. How do you guys feel about snitch culture? Like, are you a snitch? Would you snitch? Or like, are you against snitching?
About what though? Like,
just like the idea of snitching, like...
Okay, I feel like the idea of snitching for slavery and snitching in general, it was two different concepts.
Right.
So, but if it was slavery, okay, nah. But if it's like for my life and I see him do that and they tell me I'm gonna go to jail for life, I'm telling. I'm telling.
It was him.
Right there in that blue shirt.
At 3 p.m. on Tuesday.
Right.
What about you, Money? How you feel about snitching? Like, do you feel like it's productive, or do you feel like it's destroying?
I feel like in our culture, I get it for like a means of survival, but I feel like sometimes the generation behind, the younger generation, they take it to heart, and I think sometimes in the wrong way. So I feel like, yeah, I get it, like in a survival level, that matters, thank you. But I feel like sometimes it gives out the wrong message of not snitching, because sometimes I think it's necessary. I think it depends. I think it depends.
I think it depends on the situation. Obviously, if I'm trying to co-op a whole escape plan, you are what he said, bitch nigga,
right,
for snitching. But at the same time, I feel like that can be detrimental to our people, because it's a lot of us that give our life away because of a code of conduct that's not really productive to you. So I don't know, maybe I have that. Like, for instance, it's people that will go to jail for the rest of their lives and not be in their kid's life because they don't want to snitch on their homeboy who did the hit, who did the lick,
right,
you know? And it's like, now your kid's suffering, now your mama's suffering, now your family's suffering, you know? But also, I didn't grow up in gang culture, so I don't know what it's really like to be invested in that lifestyle, so I can't really critique too much, but just from the outside looking in, like Misha said, he did it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Obviously, it's like it depends on things. I'm not just a snitch on everything.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
certain things, if it ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm gonna mind my business.
Right,
yeah, you know, I'm not about to.
But if it's involved
going on my way,
in my life, in my time,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
in my freedom.
My freedom. And most importantly, why would I be locked up just for your respect?
Right.
Did you respect me enough to tell the truth so I don't go to jail?
Right. No. You know?
So like, no, that can't work.
I understand. Okay, so what you was about to say, girl?
I was about to have to get in on YG though, because you know, YG, I feel like at this moment in time with all this stuff going on, that was not the time to try to bring up slavery and try to teach a message, you know, over a snitch bitch. Because at the end of the day, you probably had a few that snitched even back in slavery, but it was more being captive by the master. So why would we say? I feel like it was like a reverse of showing us how we are, because at the very end, you noticed like they was showing like the master, showing how like it was all slavery, showing the plot. But towards the end, you see the guy who I guess snitched. He's on the tree like tied up, and then you notice he's getting wet. But then when they turn the camera, now it's the black man doing the whipping, you know? And it's kind of like...
I didn't even peep that.
Really?
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So I felt like, even though he felt like, okay, when you snitch, this will happen to you. But I felt like he showed what we do and how we turn against our own. And now I'm about to do the same thing they did to you because you snitched on me. I would never do what a master that I hate so much ever did to anybody, because I'm against him. Rather, I feel like, oh, let me give this person a punishment. That's not the punishment I'm gonna give, because that's not me. That's cruel, that's evil, and he did it to his own kind. Rather he snitched on you, why would you, you know, that's the part that I, you know, stuck out to me.
Okay, I like that, because I didn't even peep that.
Yeah. But we put a clip in there, y'all.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you on that part. Like, I get like the correlation of the message he was trying to send, but I think using slavery is completely insensitive.
Yeah.
A lot of people may, you know, think differently, but like, for example, I don't see other people using the Holocaust in their music videos,
right,
to get their point across about something.
Especially, you know, when the lyrics is like, bitch, nigga, snitch,
yeah,
nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch. You know, it'll be different if you really was trying to push a message, but I think that we're in a crisis right now. Right. So if you wanna, you do have to, our generation is, and the generation under us, we like microwavable. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. We just not, you gotta give it to us like medicine. Like, you know, you can't just give it to us straight off the back with the facts of what we've been through and where we came from. You do have to do it in ways like putting it in the music video and putting it in the things that they'll receive it, you know? But at the same time, it's like, you have to be strategic about it. Don't do it where you making it like it's a joke where they can't. It's like it's a mock.
It's like a mockery. Absolutely.
I can't, because what you saying in your lyrics doesn't match the pain, the everything that we've been through, the slavery, and y'all all dancing. And
it's like a diss to our ancestors. It's definitely a diss to our ancestors, and like I feel like the video itself with some other lyrical content that's teaching the message, it would have went over a different way. But I feel like the two don't match, and it's just completely insensitive.
Yeah, and also like about what y'all said, that's what confused me about the video, was the fact that the lyrics didn't match the video.
How many times did you watch it?
I watched it like 4 times because at the end of the day I was like, wait, let me see, maybe he got a meaning. What is he trying to say? But I get what he's saying, like, but then it's still not teaching a message. I just feel like that shows who an artist is. And yes, YG, I'm calling you out. Let me stop. Pretty sue me. When I was like looking at the video, what I realized, I said, this is showing who YG is and what he can bring to, you know, as a message. Because I feel like it's a wave going on right now about like black power and our blackness right now. To there's a wave where some people own the wave, but they really don't know what they're talking about. And I feel like he felt like, oh, it's time for me to bring my that's not even in his genre to do something like that. But I felt like he was trying to mix that song with the wave. And I feel like that's how he came up with what he came up with. But I think it was a mess, you know?
Yeah.
I agree. And then also too, besides like degrading us and our culture, I feel like he did degrading women as well, because like in the song, one part of it, he was like, you should bleed for 7 days, blah, blah, blah. I feel like women, we're powerful. Like, vagina is one of the strongest things ever. You know, like, we come with so much strength and we give life. So I feel like it's only right to respect it. I know with his, like, music content, that's not necessarily what he aims for, but, like, that was just something I peeped in the
just the term
lyrical.
when they say pussy.
Yeah, pussy. Like, when they refer to, like, dudes or being, like, cowardly or whatever, it's like a bitch or, like, a pussy, like you said. So just that. And like I said, usually I know that's how it is in, like, certain content of music, but that's something I peeped as well.
Yeah, it just ties into the overall, the culture of just disrespecting and degrading women, and just like just devaluing us, because everything associated with us is just like you said, bitch nigga. If somebody if you call a dude a bitch nigga, instantly, what? Or if you call him a pussy nigga, it's like, oh, instantly, like, you know. But it's like, you should be blessed to be a pussy nigga.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. But I wanted to draw a correlation to what you were saying when you were saying like how he was trying to mix, incorporate the content of the slavery and with the song. And Charlamagne tried to give like a reference to what he was saying and what he meant. And so I'm gonna read it for y'all. Charlamagne was saying, If you read my first book, Black Privilege, then you know the story of Denmark Vesey. Denmark was a slave in Charleston who won a lottery and purchased his freedom, but was unable to buy his first wife and children out of slavery, so he planned a slave revolt. The plan was to kill slaveholders in Charleston, liberate the slaves, and sell to the Black Republic of Haiti for refuge. Unfortunately, city officials had a militia arrest Denmark and many of his followers before the rising could begin, because one of the other slaves ratted to Massa and told him about the plot. I don't know if YG knows this story, but that story is exactly why I love this video. P.S. Always remember, your liberty will not be freely given to you. You must be bold to liberate yourself. And P.S.S. If you stop the liberation of your people, you stop the liberation of yourself. So pretty much to sum it up, he was just saying that that's where the concept, like he said, he don't know if that's what YG knew, but that was the concept of the video happened in real life in slavery, where someone snitched out the revolt, you know.
I feel like that don't justify it, because at the end of the day, it's like, we know that it's a lot of cases where someone snitched. We still snitch it to this day for money and for fame and for freedom of, you know?
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's a good concept. I get where he was coming from, but at the end of the day, we're not still living those slavery days. If you ain't gonna teach your messages, don't bring up our past, you know?
I think that's the most important stuff. Like, if you're gonna bring up our past, really go into detail about educate us. Like, a lot of our students, look, we some educators around here. You in class. But a lot of our peers and like the youth coming up, they don't know. We so disconnected from our history. So if this the first what's it called? Like, first time that they're seeing, introduction, exactly. If this is the introduction to that scenario, they're still gonna walk away lost. I want them, if you're gonna bring it up, I want them to walk away knowing something, like my sister girl Nisha said.
And that makes a lot of, like, that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Like, if you're gonna use a message, use it to teach and like uplift us. Because like you said, these, especially, at least we, I don't want to make it sound bad, but like the younger, the generation underneath us, they really don't take the time, not everybody, but as a whole, and it's YG too, they're like, oh, okay, YG teaches about slavery. And like, what bothers me too is like, that's not like you were saying, that's not where we started at. That was just a time period in our lives, so, you know, it was a major thing that happened in our history, but if you're gonna do that, definitely teach and educate.
Right.
That's the problem.
Because, and I feel like because we not educating about it, we still in slavery. Just because they don't have the shackles on our hand, that does not mean that we not in still slavery. They just did it behind the scenes because we wasn't gonna allow them to do that anymore. So they just reformed it, and so now they come with the prison to the pipeline to school to prison. They poison us in our food. They do the redlining with real estate, and certain people of color have to live in a certain area and white people get to live in this area. They find different avenues to still incorporate the same concept of slavery, and they condition us to make us think that we're free, but we're really not. So that's why we're saying, bring the message. Let us know what's really going on, because a lot of people don't know about redlining. They don't know about the school to prison pipeline. They don't know that they poison us in the food. They don't know that they're trying to kill our people off. And it's like, we don't have time to be playing games in these streets.
And that's what I'm gonna say, like, especially after Nipsey's death, that's just somebody in our generation. Like, we should be setting the bar so high, and we know that we can't rely on the system and others to teach us. So I think, especially with your platform, you could have used it in a different way to educate and uplift us. Because right now that's leaving us in a place of like stagnant.
Right. Yeah. And to touch on the fact that that's another thing. That's why I wanted to get. We wanted to talk about the video, but I wanted to get into the lyrics because I felt triggered by the lyrics. First of all,
what is some of the stuff that you feel triggered by?
Well, first of all, I was gonna touch on the fact that Nipsey just died, and brother haven't even been buried for a month yet.
No.
Brother haven't even been buried for 3 weeks yet. It's just like, we don't have time for you to be talking about. Let me bust out my notes.
Okay.
We don't have time for you to be in this song talking about gun violence. It makes us look foolish when you just lost your brother to gun violence, and then you go in a song and you say, I don't want rap beef because I'm really gonna slide. I'm gonna pull a gun out. I ain't gonna run. I ain't an athlete. Why is you perpetuating the same culture that you just lost your brother to? And I understand.
But that's something that every day we lose each other to. It's just that He just have a name for himself, so people want them to change up their action. They're not gonna change their action, they just go with the flow, which is like putting the slavery behind a song that don't mean anything, because ain't nobody changing, we just going with the flow.
I think unfortunately it's a negative distraction.
It is,
you know, so
it's a negative, it's a negative distraction, and that's all it is bringing light to what's going on and how we really perceive things, because it's not perceived as people is teaching us, and we really taking the time to listen to the Nipsey Hussles around us. We listen to the gang bangers, the shooters. That's what they put in our, you know.
But the thing is, but you YG by him directly. We don't know Nipsey like how you know Nipsey. So you have the opportunity to use this. This shouldn't have been the first video that you released. You probably been had this set to come out. You probably been recording this song. But I just feel like it was irresponsible for you to use this time to drop that song talking about this content. I understand that I can't require you to do anything, but I would have waited and not incorporate that violence in the song after I just lost my brother. Regardless of this is we at some point we gotta decondition ourselves. How many of each other we gonna lose? If it personally impacted you, then you personally should take a stance against it, or not continue.
Well, YG is what you consider a gangster, and gangsters, they lose people every day, and it's normalized to us. They done lost their brother, their mama, their cousin before they ever lost a friend, so it's kind of like they're numb to it. It's just the thing we do.
It's just like I said, as an individual, he's gonna teach its own, but he, you know, whoever he wants to be is who's gonna be. My problem is the message is pervaded, like, to our young people. Like, we just lost Nipsey, and he just left a positive legacy. He wasn't perfect, but he was trying to make a positive impact. But then you're gonna display this, and like you said, to people who don't know, who aren't educated, they think this is cool. You know, they think it's the wave to be this way, and it's just disheartening to know that that's not the case.
Yeah.
You know.
Another part in the song of the lyrics that I felt some type of way, it says, "You got fear in your heart, so you cooperate." I feel like everybody in the industry got fear in their heart, and everybody in the industry cooperate. You can't sit here and they say that he might be talking about 6ix9ine. You can't sit here and talk about 6ix9ine cooperating when you cooperated, because you will accommodate the person that pays you before you accommodate your community. And what I'm saying by that is, if the person that pays you is telling you degrade your women, disrespect your people, kill your people, promote violence, promote drugs, you gonna do that over doing what's right. So you cooperating. You slave to them. You cooperating. So how you gonna put in your lyrics the same thing that you doing, just in a different form? That's whack. And the last point I want to talk about in the lyrics is that he was saying bitch nigga, bitch nigga, bitch nigga, all of that stuff. But I feel like he a bitch nigga, because how you gonna come up with a whole song about another man? We just got so much time on our hands to create content, and I just feel like to create a whole song dissing another man, this is why I have a problem with a lot of the men in our industry, and that's why I don't rock with the industry like that. Don't get me wrong, I listen to the music, but I don't live by them, because you can't sit here and say that he a bitch nigga, and what makes you so much better than him? I feel like it's soft for you to be sitting here making a song about another man. That's how I feel. I just feel like that's soft to what, prove a point that he a bitch nigga. We know he a snitch. It's been publicized. It was in the news. It was on the Shade Room. We all talked about it. It was in the interviews. We know this. Why you have to put a song out about it? Like,
so you think this was about 6ix9ine?
It was like correlation, because they've been beefing for a minute, and like you know, so I'm saying it might be about that. It could have been about the old boy that killed Nipsey, and I wanted to touch on that too. I felt like I understood, because a lot of people were saying with Nipsey, like like they said he punked old dude that killed him. He punked him a couple of days before for being a snitch or whatever. This is allegedly. He punked him, and that's why. And I was saying, well, in their community, being a snitch, it'll cost you your life, you know? And if you're cooperating with the police, that's even worse, you know? And so I recognize how strongly and passionate they can feel about snitches, but I just feel like I wouldn't give my time to make a whole song. I just feel like you spent the whole 4 minutes talking about another man when you could have been building businesses.
See, in like the LA environment, that's the tone they go be jumping to.
I know.
Because to them it makes a lot of sense, because that's their lifestyle, which is, you know, doing a lot of illegal stuff, so it's a lot of stuff to be snitched on about. So like, you know, everybody, they feeling it. I feel like the lyrics, I'm not gonna downplay the lyrics because I feel like the lyrics is for his lifestyle. Like if you give a bum $1 million, he might become a bum all over. So that's what he knows, so he go speak what he speak, but I feel like he's just an ignorant man trying to speak on something he don't know about.
That's true. I think sometimes I have to humble myself because when you're not in those conditions, you can't speak for what you would do and how you would do, because you on the outside looking in, you see all aspects of it, you know. So I do have to check myself when it comes to critiquing people in the industry, because you're gonna be a product of your environment. You're gonna be conditioned. You only gonna be able to perpetuate the things that you grew up around, you know. So I can't expect, like you said, I can't really expect nothing from him. I'm just saying what I have wished, you know, just for our young youth coming up. It's so hard to even have a conversation with the youth about what's really going on in our community. And I wish that we lived in a world that we can rely on people, but I recognize that we can't. And that's what I'm really learning now. That's what I'm really practicing, and I'm really just deconditioning myself from putting them on a pedestal and calling it for what they are. Like you said, if it's a stripper, she gonna be a stripper with money. If it's a gangster, he gonna be a gangster with money. If they colors and races, they gonna be all of that with money. So that's what I'm learning.
Right. And then also too, in the video, I noticed how there wasn't too many like people like my complexion or lighter, and that it was an emphasis on like being like dark skin or brown skin, you know. So I'm like, why, whoever the visionary was towards this, the director, the casting, whoever was in charge of all that, why is that like why was that the first go-to, like making sure there are no lighter people in there, although we know that's not true.
Although in every other video, that's the first thing we want to display. Right. So it's like, why would we display this at this moment?
Like the only time that you put dark-skinned women in the video
is our time.
Yeah, exactly.
Or being the maid.
And not to mention the colorist comments he was just in the media for, you know? Yeah. It's just like, it really just shows who he is, and it's just sad. This is who our kids look up to.
And I know, like you said, it's like, for some people it's just their mindset, it will never change, but like when you know better, you do better. And I think that's what's hard for me, and it's not to be like super critical, but it's like we got too much shit going on right now, and not all of us know that, but I think when you get to that level of consciousness, it's kind of hard to just sit there and be like, that's okay, you know.
I think
it's hard. It's hard. I admit it. I'm the first one to be like, but then I have to remember, like you just said, it's all about your environment and what you're conditioned to. So
cause like I'm gonna criticize you and I'm gonna understand you. I feel like that's
coming from a place, when I do it, it's coming from a place of like concern and love.
It's not just I'm just trying to tear you down. It's because I want you to be better, because at the end of the day, we got the same skin color, and you my brother, you know, and you my sister, you know. So that's just how I feel. But I just want the best for you, and I want the best for your kids, and I want the best for the people that follow you, you know. And I want, if they follow you, I want us to all elevate, and that's what I want you to bring to the table, you know. So it's just disappointing when I see another black man not elevating us, not elevating black women when you come from a black woman, but you quick to elevate a lighter skinned woman. She's a black woman as well, but it's just the fact that the disrespect that goes towards the dark skinned women, I'm just not rocking with it. We got too much of that going on. We don't need no more.
So, you know, I'm just like, I agree with everything you guys are saying. And
well, was there anything else y'all like found interesting about the video?
I was just in a state of shock at first, y'all. I had to watch it.
Money was going.
I was so ready to watch that video.
I said, let me watch it like 4 or 5 times, and I was like, okay, let me pull up the lyrics. We
got a group message, y'all. So I sent it to them, and I only seen a clip of it, but I sent it to them, and Imani was blowing me up. I'm at the register like, hold on, trying to get my phone.
I didn't even see it. I was like, okay, what they talking about? My nigga YG.
It was like YG.
And I started questioning my whole life. I was like, oh Lord, I love YG. Back in the days.
But it lets you know who he really is, because in his music he been saying who he was.
True.
My baby mama go be a Puerto Rican. Before you ever had a baby mama, it's okay to have what you wanted to be, but it's like, why you so strong and just making sure it's not what you are, you know?
It's that self-hate.
And it's like, you gotta look at it. It's not a lot of other races that's walking around I don't want me a white woman.
They don't go out of their way to
you
make
got
it known.
A few, you know, you got
it's just natural.
You don't even see the other race men really demeaning their women like how our men do it. And that's it. They don't know that y'all been conditioned to hate yourselves and y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
then you hate yourself, you hate us, you done hated everything. Because now you can't reproduce who you are.
And it's triggering. You know, like, it's at least do it in a respectful, tactful way. But
Right.
That's our thing. We got so much to talk about when it comes to our colorism.
And I went back through his videos, y'all, that same night. I was going through. I was
In
like,
my-
oh, Jesus. I
You gonna watch the old videos?
I mean, all of it. Like, right, left, all that.
Yeah, you seen some crazy stuff up there. We ain't gonna talk about all that extra stuff.
But anyways, that'll be another video.
That's my stuff. But
Don't talk like that.
It was in my iPod. All the songs.
That's what I'm saying. Back in more badass days, I used to
right,
Looking back,
that was like my
all the
husband. Like
songs.
everybody knew. That's all I listen to. YG, we feel you though. We just hitting on the basics of, you know,
The
sensitive
deeper
areas.
Yeah, it's just sensitive.
You know,
But if you was trying to teach a message and you thought that's what you're doing,
you're not. Black Girl Janie edition.
Black Girl Janie